What's up everyone, it's Ojh&x and we're back at it again, and in this one we're going to take Emperor Thaurissan through this week's Deadmines dungeon. This is the deck, average level 24.4, this is a level 27 run. The gameplay in this video is going to be a little bit narrower because I've had to do it on my iPhone because of some issues with Blizzard and the game on iPad, which I'll get to in a minute. But this is the deck then, so Emperor Thaurissan as the leader, and I think we're using the Hubris talent on this one, so +2 to the next mini that's played that's not elemental. We've got Living Bomb in there, even at level 23, in this level 27, does a great job, especially on the second boss. You get some chip damage there, we'll talk through that in a little bit. Works on the first boss as well, doesn't get much action on the final boss. We've got the Dark Iron Miner in there because I feel like on this one you can fall behind in the Gold War, in the Economy War, so the Dark Iron Miner is going to give you that extra potential to get some mining done. We've got the chickens in there, of course we have Angry Chickens. We running around the place, do absolutely amazing job of taking out those enemy tank units, those enemy tank minis, things like the Prowler, things like the Tauren on the first boss, crossing the pipe. Chicken's going to do a great job there. We've got Ghoul in there as one of our main tanks, as one of our cheap tanks for 2 gold, a really, really good unit. One of our main damage dealers is going to be the Necromancer, really, really good because of the minis that it spawns will just slow down enemy pushes, again will intercept Prowler charges and things like that. And then finally we've got Ojh&x in there. My Ojh&x could go to legendary, but I'm holding on at the moment. They are level 26 with the Flame Burst talent. The relics we've got, we will look at the relics that I choose so you can see the different options that I had, but the ones that we end up with are the Divine Parchment, which means that deploying your leader grants a shield to nearby allies absorbing 1 attack. The Feathered Shroud, so flying minis gain stealth, so we've only got the Ojh&x in there, but when they burst out of their little shells they are stealth, so at least they can get a smack off if they're going up against something that targets air, which is alright. And then the Anointed Pickaxe, oh dearie me, each gold that we mine partially heals minis. You'll see, I think the final 3 choices were pretty poor. Now, before we get into this, I am a little bit pissed off, if I'm honest, because I just did this on a Rend Deck, and because I can't use my iPad at the minute because of the fog, which I'll show you in a moment, that I was doing it on my iPad and I recorded it on my, I was doing it on my iPhone, not my iPad, and I recorded it and all was good in the world. And as I went into the photos to get the file to send to my computer so I could do some editing, it said storage full. So my rend run is gone, so apologies about that, but here is the deck. So this is the deck that I used. It's exactly same as the Emperor Thaurissan deck, the run that I'm going to show you right now. So any of the tactics and the strategy that we do talk about will be directly transferable to the Rend one. Apologies, like I say, this is all Blizzard's fault. Blame it on Blizzard, and the reason it's Blizzard's fault is because when I was playing on my iPad, this is what it looked like. Okay, so this is what I played through. This is actually the final boss in the Deadmines dungeon. As you can see up here, we've got the little conveyor belt thing that brings out the clone minis. So I got through the first level, the fog wasn't quite as bad. I got through the second level with my Emperor Thaurissan deck. As you can see, I was trying something a little bit different here because I had the footman in there. But I got to the third level and it was just unplayable. I had a couple of goes at it and I just couldn't get it done. So this is what Warcraft Rumble looks like on my iPad. Switched to my iPhone. I cocked it up with the storage. There's no rend run, but it's the same as this. That's just me gibbering on now. Here is the Emperor Thaurissan run. We're level 24, level 27 Deadmines. Let's go. Okay, as I mentioned then, so we've got some extra skinny gameplay today. So we've got Lifesteal, deploying leader grants a shield, and blackrock minis gain 5% for whatever. So we've got Lifesteal, we had Lifesteal, but there's always someone in the comments who says this deck was rubbish and it only works because of Lifesteal, so we don't take Lifesteal. But I will be honest, the gap between the dungeons and my minis level is getting wider, so we might have to start taking Lifesteal at some point. So anyway, at the start of this one, do nothing, wait and see what happens. As I was saying before, Necromancer really, really good at slowing down those Prowler charges because of the minis that spawn. And we, unlike other decks, don't need to save our Ojh&x for the Tauren on the pipe because we've got so many things that can deal with that. Now, I did living bomb everything up there because that just seemed like great value. You got the 3 stealth units, and then there was 3 that were played by the AI, so that's good enough for me. I'll living bomb that and a little bit of chip damage onto the boss. So one of the main things we're going to do with the Tauren when the Tauren is crossing the bridge is that we're probably going to use chickens first and foremost. If we've not got chickens in hand, no props, then we can use Warcraft. What I did there was play with Necromancer because I'm an idiot and was going to play Necromancer with the Meeting Stone on the right as a to support the push I had going on, and I didn't unselect it, and I just played Necromancer straight into a Tauren, and you got absolutely wasted. So pro plays. Do as I say, not as I do, I think is the strategy here. So we're going to set up a ghoul in the back. Mountaineer crossing the bridge. We're going to have a Necromancer who's going to come down and support that. I played with Necromancer far too far away to support the ghoul, so the ghoul will be mostly dead by the time the Necromancer gets there, which is rubbish. Chickens coming down, they're going to have to absorb quite a lot, and then we think we've done a bit of a sort of, not quite a panic living bomb, but we realised we got ourselves into a bit of a mess there, so we could have done that a lot better. However, even though it was a mess, we've taken practically 0 damage because this deck does cycle quite quickly and has quite a lot of defensive options. So again, we can play Whelpegs on those Spiderlings. We don't need to particularly save our Whelpegs. Necromancer's going to do a really good job over on the left-hand side of taking out the majority, if not all, of that Prowler. We're back to 8 gold. All is looking okay for us at the moment. The aim of the game then is going to be we're going to push from the central and right lane. We're not going to worry too much about the left lane. The only time we're going to go left is, as we just did there, is we're going to send our Dark Eye Miner over to the left to get some of that gold so we can stay in the fight. And then eventually we want to push to the right and take that Meeting Stone. And if we can get the Meeting Stone on the right, and if we can get control of the central lane, then we'll have good access to all of the gold pretty much. And we'll be able to get a quick push going on there. So I'm going to just play a Dark Eye Miner over on the right, take that Meeting Stone. That stops enemy pushes just ambushing you because you can be defending from kind of far too many sides at this point. We're going to Living Bomb all that again, another six minis within all of that, so that's good enough for me for Living Bomb value. We're going to play some Whelpegs down there. Hopefully the Flame Burst will smash and get rid of some of those Spiderlings. Does exactly that for us, which is great. Necromancer's doing a really, really good job. And we're getting some decent damage on the boss there. So at this stage, even though we've only got 10 seconds of normal time to go, not rushing, not panicking, not going to commit too much. We've got a little bit of defense to do first. Seeing where that Prowler's going. Prowler's crossing the bridge. Right, we'll set up a Necromancer to go and meet it on the left. Another Living Bomb coming down, that'll get rid of all of that. I've got an itchy nose, and that'll give our Dark Eye Miner a chance to get a little bit of mining done. Whelpeg's going to come down, should get rid of the Spiderlings and the Bear, and the Kobold as well. Good for us. Okay, so we're coming down to the last 30 seconds or so now, and we can kind of go for a bit of an unbound push if we wanted, because we've got obviously Whelpegs with Flame Burst and stuff, but we're just going to keep chipping away for now. The Flame Burst on them Whelpegs are going to do really, really well. Living Bomb on all of that is going to take another chunk of health, and this is as good as done. We've got loads of minis chipping away there, a couple of Necromancers. That's that. So just patient. I know we had about 15-20 seconds left at the end, but just patient, just chill out. Got loads of defensive units, loads of offensive units. It's just a good all-round deck. Anyway, that was decent. So next lot of minis, we've got spells cost 1 less. All right. Flying minis gain stealth, that's okay. And elemental minis, double damage, vulnerability, no. So we can take either one here because the spell one is going to speed up our cycle. Flying minis gaining stealth will be good for us because in the latter stages there is things like Ogre Mage and stuff. So if the Whelpegs spawn, stealth, and then they can get a shot off, that'll be good. So straight away we've got Living Bomb in hand, so we're going to whip to the top of the map, get that on there, bit of splash damage on the boss, that's good. Get your Kobold going off to the right straight away because there's 2 gold over there. Get your chickens up to that chest and then switch the switcher to the right. We're going to play a Dark Eye Miner in the back, see if we can just sort of, rush this, which might not happen. Flame Burst from the Whelpegs will hopefully take out the Tauren, yes. excuse me, a ghoul doing a half decent job is going to cannibalise there, get itself back to full health, and we can support that ghoul with our necromancer and head for this inside tower probably. Another kobold going down, there's no gold there, but maybe one will spawn. And at this stage, don't commit too much. You want to keep the 6 gold in hand, so you've always got it for when those packs of enemy minis spawn. You can take them out immediately. The Necromancer's doing an amazing job. Flame Burst from the Wellpegs coming down as well. So we're less than a minute in. We have already got the middle tower, and now we're going to go for the left one. I don't concern myself with the right of the 3 siege towers here. I concentrate on the 2 that are in screen now, left and middle. That's good enough for me. So Ghoul's going to come down and take that chest, supported by a Necromancer. The switcher is set to go right. We just living bombed the enemy minis on the right, so we know that the next lot will spawn on the left. So if we want to get a push going around there, the quickest and easiest and path of least resistance will be to the right. Yet again, I could have supported some of these pushes for these siege towers, but I want to make sure I've got 6 gold in hand so that I can living bomb those minis when they come. Oh, dearie me, little hiccup, and that is chipping away. So we've not actually, I don't think we've done any direct damage to the boss yet ourselves. It's all been from the living bomb splash, and the boss is already at half health, and we're about just over halfway into this. So I played a Dark Eye Miner behind there to distract, which I just about got away with. Another chest to spawn. Make sure you've got your sound up. Make sure you know what the that sounds like, so you can just scroll down when you need to. We're going to living bomb, dearie me. We're going to flame well peg that to get the flame burst to get rid of those dark spear troll and most of the prowler. Dark spear trolls are really good card, really annoying. And again, wanted to commit some more to it. Just stay patient. Living bomb all of that. Even at level 23 and those minis being 27, it's taken out all of that. Boss down to about quarter health, and we haven't even got to the boss yet. So just make sure that you keep on mining. Make sure that you keep on getting their gold chests. Be patient. Keep chipping away. And all is good. So again, the selector to the right, I'm not sure if I've actually changed it during this one, but anyway, selector to the right, that's going to be the most straightforward way for us to go. We've got a bit of free gold there, so we'll play the well pegs on the boss, so we get the flame burst damage, and because they're stealth, they're going to get a few smacks in, which is decent. Ghoul is up front tanking. We've got a little mini just chipping away there. And again, let's not support that push, because we're going to get the splash damage from the living bomb, and that's going to put us pretty much in what's the word, in well peg range, really. So we don't need to do too much. We'll just defend this prowler just for the sake of it. We've got well pegs, which are next up. Well pegs coming in, flame burst, we'll take that out, and with 56 seconds to go, we did nothing spectacular there at all. We just did some defense. We living bombed every single pack. We got all of the gold chests. This deck, honestly, really good. So finally, range minis apply burn. Okay. Squad minis dies its siblings. Oh, okay, so you might end up with a level 35 chicken. Anyway, each god you mine partially heals your minis. So the burn one, well, Thaurissan already has a burn, so okay, it gives burn to Necromancer, which, you know, that might help out. But I wouldn't say they're the best. They're the best final set, but they are what they are. Right, Sneed then, here we go. So, obviously you want to contest the chest on the left. You don't want to lose out on that straight away. If you've got your kobold in hand, then play it just down the central lane. Wellpegs coming in, flame burst, all of that jazz. Get rid of that. I saw that save pilot was coming down, which would have meant that we wouldn't have got that gold chest. And to get that gold, if you don't get that gold chest straight away, I feel like you're on the back foot from the off, and that's not what we want to do. All I would say on this deck is do not, under any circumstances, use your Dark Eye Miner on this first push. If you don't know already that the clone machine will clone a Sapper to start with, then it will clone a Kobold, and if you do nothing at all, it'll clone a Molten Giant. So you're going to need your Dark Eye Miner to put into the clone machine to stop a Molten Giant getting cloned, because if Molten Giant gets cloned, it's rubbish. So we are we stalled the Molten Giant there because we played the well pegs, so we've kind of got away with it. So I suppose that's an option, although I don't know the exact timing on that. But just to be on the safe side, keep hold of your well pegs. Anyway, so what we've done in the interim is we push round to the right because we took the tower on the left, and then we immediately started dropping some minis on the right side there. So if we get rid of this mage, that would be good for us. Keep checking back to get that gold chest, and we have got all sorts going on here. So already we're going to play well pegs, and then we're going to go in for a Dark Eye Miner to tank. Now that's a little bit niche because Dark Eye Miners don't tank brilliantly, but with the size of the push we got going on, I don't even know what we got in there. Couple of Emperors, 2 ghouls, possibly 3 ghouls, maybe Necromancers smacking away. 1 big push, minute and 40 to go. That's the end of that. That's the end of that. Too busy talking about getting that first Siege Town. We've done it. Right, final look at the deck then. As you see, that was pretty straightforward. We didn't struggle at all on the final boss. We didn't struggle at all on the second one. And we were super, super patient on the first one and got it done in overtime. So here's the deck then. Like I said, level 24. This was a level 27 Deadmines dungeon. If you have success with this, then please let me know in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up. And for more content like this, get yourself subscribed. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.